Hey everybody, I'm John. I collect cards. It's Friday, September 1st. Hope you're doing well. I hope your Labor Day is off to a great start. I guess September baseball means, along with 40-man rosters, we are in the stretch run of the division races. So excited to just, catch the last few weeks here of the season. But for me, I'm going to kick off my September hobby style by showing off, well, not showing off, but showing, about I guess about 10 cards I think I have total, maybe eight. Didn't actually count them, but I'll turn the camera around and just show you some recent pickups I got. Hang on a sec. All right, we're back here. The envelope you see in front of you here is I'm going to open last, and it's a package that just arrived today. It's got one card that I'm excited to open and see for myself and show you as well. So we'll get to that at the end. But first, some recent pickups that I have gotten in the last 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. These two in particular came not recently. These were probably about a week and a half ago or so, 1 to 2 weeks ago. Two additions to my 1978 Topps Hall of Fame run. I'm looking for the Hall of Famers in either 8s or 7s. So far, I still have them in all 8s. I've managed to keep that streak going. We'll see how much longer I can keep it going. But I got Ted Simmons right here. We'll start with looking at him. It's a nice shot of him, actually. This is, I think, one of his nice... Well, I'm actually, I probably couldn't reel off all the Ted Simmons cards out there in terms of what they really look like. But this is a nice one, I think, in particular. It's a good catcher pose. I paid this one, I mean, I'm trying to, as long as I can get, I'm trying to get as many as I can for like under 20 to 25 before like the real biggies kind of start. And then I got to start making decisions on if I want to go 7s or 8s just to kind of, keep it not from really going out of too much of, control. Cause it's a fun goal to have, but at the same time, it's just sort of purely for my enjoyment collecting wise. Like long term, it's like, they'll be fun to have in PSA slabs, but again, they're worth $10 to $25, most of each one, and it's something like that until you get to some of the biggies. But so I got this one for $18 and 23 and change out the door, which I think actually is probably a little high, but I'm like, there's, I didn't look at a pop count for Simmons, but there's probably not a ton of them. So I figured, you know what, let's pick it up. It's a very new slab, pretty new slab there with the 7 at the front. So pick that one up. And then, but you know what, the price I paid for Ted was I made up for it with Tom Seaver. I got this for $10, which I was pretty psyched about. It's an old slab, an old label, but the age of the slabs and the labels don't really bother me too much at all. I've got some old ones in this goal so far, but I think it's labeled an 8. It might be a fairly generous 8, but it's overall I think a pretty nice card. Like having it. So I think that's actually in the sleeve that I have this in. I think. Yeah, or it actually might be in the slab. It might be a scratch in the slab actually, because like I said, it's an old slab. But again, like having here's Tom Seaver, I got so out the door with shipping, it was $15, with a little bit of tax on top of that. So nice two additions. I have 18 of them now. I just counted recently. I've got 18 of overall of that 78 goal I'm trying to do, and we'll see how much I can keep at it. I'd love to have it done. Again, I'd love to have it done by the next national. So I'm almost a third of the way there now. So we'll see how I can keep plugging away at it. But obviously they'll start getting a little more pricey as we get to people like the Murray and his rookie, and George Brett, Nolan Ryan, even Reggie. The Reggie cards are pretty pricey in that set as well. But we'll see how that goes. So the next batch of cards I'm going to show are 4 pickups that I picked, and these are all, I literally got these for $1 or $2 a piece, but they're just kind of fun to have, and just how I got them was a lot of fun. They're from the basement collection that Mike Moynihan, baseball collector, purchased with JT Triple Crown 24. So they've been managing a couple of auctions here in the last couple of weeks, and they've been really fun to just jump in and sort of join the chat and maybe pick up a couple of cool cards along the way. And so I've had a lot of fun just taking part in those, and I know they're planning on doing more, in the weeks to come. So I look forward to keeping that up and just sort of seeing what was in, Blue Jacket 66's baseball. I think it was his dad's basement collection. So I picked up this Carlton Fisk 1976 for $1 or $2, and it's actually a really nice one. I kind of like it a lot actually. So picked that one up. I picked up the 77 Bobby Bonds because they were trying to auction it for, I think, $1 or $2, and nobody was biting on it. And I was like, you know what? I'll take it for $1. Why not? Took that. And then I got a couple of 1962 cards. I picked up a Tito Francona for $1 or $2. I think my bill was $6 plus 5 for shipping. So I think these were $11 out the door, and it was just fun to take part in it. So actually kind of a nice little 62 Tito Francona there. Father of a most likely Hall of Fame manager. And then also from 62, I picked up this post-serial Orlando Cepeda in very poor condition, but it's just a cool little piece of, kind of not my childhood, but just childhoods in general history. I don't have a serial card, or I did not until now. So, here's the back. It's actually got some writing on it, but just pretty cool little piece of fun, so to speak. It's kind of nice having these. These are cool. I remember, speaking of like boxes, cards you'd cut out of boxes. I remember as a kid it was either Hostess or Drake's Cakes, one or the other. It's probably Hostess. And I remember from the late 70s, some of those cards were like, definitely, my brother and I cut out a few of those, in maybe a couple of years, but we never really held on to them. But they were kind of cool. So I probably should look to pick up a couple of those. That might be a fun little side project. So I picked up these 4 cards in the first auction they did, and then earlier this week, in their second one, I picked up a 1961 Detroit Tigers team Topps rub off, tattoo kind of thing, which I don't have any of those either, and it was just kind of a fun little thing to get. So so that'll be arriving in the next couple of days, I think. So the basement collection auctions have been fun to watch so far. Look forward to more of those. So thank you, Mike and JT, for the fun there. And 2 more cards I'm going to show. So these will be the 2 biggies of the video. This one I picked up just today. I'll preface it by saying both of these last 2 pickups, this and the one I have in my left hand, are Hall of Fame all-time sluggers. First one is 1970 Topps Hank Aaron. This is a nice one. So I have seen this I have 2 LCSs in my hometown, and in one of them I've picked up a Roberto Clemente from 1970 Topps, and it graded a 6 by SGC. From the same shop, I've picked up a Thurman Munson rookie from 1970 Topps, and that also graded a 6. So I've had some luck with the 1970 singles they've had in in their display case. I've kind of they have the revolving shelves in their main vintage display case, and the last few times, I say 4 or 5 times I've been in there, I've gone through the shelves and I've seen this card in there, and I may have had it taken out once before, but it turned out today was the day. I just was in the mood to buy a vintage card today, and I did. So I picked up this, trying to get it ideally kind of with the lighting and not really getting glare on it, but it's a nice one. It's not awesome, but it's pretty good. I got, it's got some corner softness there, but overall, I think it presents pretty nicely. The centering on it is pretty good, and I think the image, the actual portrait, it's pretty crisp. That's what kind of, I think, pulls me in the most. And this is one of my favorite Aaron cards, by the way. So, one of my lights just flicked on better, so there we go. Might have had an improvement there. This is one of my favorite Aarons, so I'm glad to actually finally own one. And I look forward to submitting it to SGC as part of my next submission, whenever that will be. I'm hoping to get, I'm planning to send out at least one more before the holiday season starts, and hopefully 2. So if I do two more submissions before the end of the year, they'll probably both be on the 5-card side, no more than 10, probably either one. So we'll see how that goes. But here's the corner. If I can get in focus, a little soft there. A little soft on that one too, but it's better. There's also some tilt to this card, but you have to sort of look at it a little bit more, like pretty closely before that tilt really comes through. You can see it kind of coming down there. As you go down there, you can see it narrowing. But overall, I think it presents pretty well. So my hope when I send it in, I hope we can get a 5. Anything more than a 5, I think will be great. I looked at several recent comps on eBay and some photos, and I think it's got a chance. I think it's got a good chance for a 5. I probably overpaid for the card today. He had it listed for 75. He wouldn't come down any more than 70 today. He just didn't want to do it for an Aaron. And I was fine with it. So I will probably be a little underwater after I slab it for $20 from SGC. But in this case, it's Hank Aaron. I really like the card. I'm not moving it at all. It's staying in the collection, so like that doesn't bother me too much, to be honest with you. So 5s are going for 60. Seems like right now on eBay, 50 to 60. So, and I think that's just because things are down still a little bit. And but again, this is just an example of a card I just want to have in my collection. And if I pick up a Hank Aaron, in all likelihood, I'm getting it slabbed, and I will with this one. I think I was trying to count recently. I think this is my 5th Aaron now. I have his 54 rookie. I've got his 67, 69, now 70, and 74, which I recently just got graded. So, and it came out a really nice result. So I have that one. I got that today, but then also this arrived today. So let's get this cut here. The fact that I'm only showing 8 cards and not 11 minutes means I really got to pick that up. Just, me. If you've watched my videos before, I like to schmooze about baseball cards. So this one is, the condition won't be as good as the 70 Aaron, but it is a player who's probably not probably, he actually is more valuable in the hobby. And let's see if I can, wanted to open it on camera, and you just never know. Well, it's a box of chocolates, really. You never know what you're going to get in terms of the packaging. So it looks like it's packaged pretty well, but let's see how quickly I can actually open it. So bear with me here. The fact I said pop player in the hobby, even more popular than Hank Aaron, you probably have a pretty good, you might have a pretty good idea of who I'm talking about here. There we go. All right. It's raw, also. I'll say that. It's a raw card, so definitely I will grade these two together. I should have cut that one. But we got it open. Here he is. Picked up a 1967 Topps Mickey Mantle. So it's my 3rd Mantle. And pretty excited to have this one. Let's see. It's in a... Well, let's see. It's actually upside down in its top loader. So... not the best there, but so it's hanging off right there. I'll be gentle with it. But here it is, 1967 Topps Mickey Mantle. So I would call this at best a VG, possibly a GD plus. When I send it in, I'm going to hope for a 3, but I think it's probably going to be more in a 2.5 maybe is what I'm guessing. Here's the back, because I'll point out the crease it has shortly, but the centering, in fact, you could sort of, actually, let me take it off the camera just for a sec, or come up, actually, that's a scratch in the top loader. That's a top loader scratch right there. This is a pretty old, I think, top loader as well. But the crease in this card is right over here. Let's see if I can get it showing. In fact, I'm going to take it out here really gently. There we go. Let's see. So we can pull it on. See it right there? Sort of comes up a little bit. There it is. There it is. It came in just a second. It's right there. Goes to about his edge of his cap. There it is. You can sort of see it there. It's almost like a big wrinkle more than a crease. But overall, back it up a little bit. It's a pretty nice card, for a Mick, for my budget. So that's the main thing here. Budget's a key for, when I'm picking up things like mantles. I like to scatter my budget around. I like to collect cards. That's, I guess, the name of my channel. So I don't often pool a lot of resources in getting a huge one. Occasionally I will, but you know, especially when I, you know, did my 54 set, I didn't have a choice but to do that for some of them. But in this case, like for mantle here, I got this one for out the door 140. It was 133. I won the auction. It was an auction I got on eBay. 133.50, I think, was my winning bid. So I'll be in for about 160. And I think that's, you know, when it comes back, I'll probably be up a little bit. But again, that doesn't matter really. In the end, this is one of my favorite mantles really I have his 57 in a really poor one. I have a 61 in a 3, which I think is actually a generous 3, frankly, but I'll take it any day. And now I have this 1967, which I also hope could come in a 3. So we'll see. Overall, I would say it's got a chance. I think it's going to be more possibly in the 2.5 category, possibly even a 2. But I think it's got a shot at a 3. Hopefully, it will get that. And really, that's it for the video today. Just wanted to share a few recent pickups. I didn't expect it to go 15 minutes long, so I apologize for that, everybody. But if you did watch this far, thanks very much. I do appreciate it. And I did like picking these 2 up recently, along with those basement collection cards. You know, you can spread them around here. Why not? Just keep it going a little bit more. So, hope you all have a great Labor Day weekend. And I will see you. Well, there we go, Bobby. Get up there. There we go. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.